Hey everyone, Becky here. I know I wasn't here to give my thoughts on last week's episode of Impact, and while I've already done a video explaining what happened, I did want to share one thought from last week's episode. As I suspected, Moose and Sabin ultimately could not get along, and I'm getting really excited about their upcoming match at Slammiversary. It's going to be brutal. That being said, let's move on to tonight. While tonight's episode of Impact Wrestling was good overall, if I'm honest, the big reason I watched tonight was to see the outcome of tonight's contract signing to make the Slammiversary main event of Kenny Omega versus Sami Callihan official. I loved how the commentators mentioned multiple times that contract signings never go according to plan. It was such a meta comment, but it's also true, and I think we all knew that something was going to go down tonight. Even before we got to the main event segment where the signing took place, there were some shenanigans to attempt to keep it from happening. I definitely raised an eyebrow when Sami got arrested for assaulting Don Callis, even after footage aired that allegedly proved it. I didn't really believe a word of it. This is such an old heel tactic. Getting the opponent arrested on trumped up charges to get them out of the way so the match can't take place. I've seen it before. It's really good, but it's an old tactic. The instant Sami got arrested, I knew exactly what would be coming before the night was over, and sure enough, I was proven correct. During the contract signing, new footage mysteriously aired that proved Don Callis set Sami Callihan up. And right on cue, here came Sami, fresh out of jail and ready to exact his vengeance, and boy did he ever. Now before tonight, I was 50-50 on Kenny's chances at Slammiversary with Sami Callihan as his opponent. But after watching the conclusion of this segment, I am convinced that Kenny Omega is in deep trouble come Slammiversary, especially now that Sami is steaming mad after Don Callis got him thrown in jail. It might sound crazy, because this is Kenny Omega we're talking about here, but I think Sami does stand a decent chance of taking the Impact title off of Kenny Omega. I mean, look at how the show ended. Kenny was laid out and practically knocked out. If Sami hits a move like that during Slammiversary, it could easily be game over for Kenny Omega. There's also the fact that ever since Kenny won the Impact title and became a triple world champion, we all knew he wouldn't and couldn't keep all of these titles forever. Eventually, Kenny has to start losing the titles somewhere, and it might as well start at Slammiversary. I'm really excited for next week, as it'll be the go-home show for Slammiversary. Next week, barring any major developments, I'll be running down the card for the show and sharing my thoughts on how I think each match will go. Until then, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!